Boise was founded in 1863 and a year later became the territorial capital. Idaho became a state in 1890. A little over 100 years later, Boise also had the distinction of being named the headquarters of the now defunct WCHL. Ah, the old Western Cocktail Holiday League. So much fun had by so many.
Go out and play, and guys a little older, they kind of knew how to play hungover a little bit better, I think, sometimes.
That comment and the moniker Western Cocktail Holiday are somewhat self-mocking. In reality, the WCHL's weekly salary cap was easily the highest in AA hockey, drawing a handful of ex-NHLers playing out the string, a plethora of talented former IHLers and AHLers, and a good mix of top-rated college and junior players from all over North America. Most of the cities were fantastic and or unique. Phoenix, San Diego, Anchorage, Tacoma, a stone's throw from Seattle, Tucson, and Boise, to name the majority.
The big thing was I didn't have to travel on the bus anymore. I'd spent so much time in juniors on the bus, and then the American League, you're busing it, Europe, I was busing it, but you know, you just get tired of that after a while. So when I found out that there's actually a minor league level that flew, I was like, shoot, yeah, let's do that.
The first road trip in Phoenix, we played like a Wednesday, Friday. We had Saturday off and Sunday off. We left Monday. We pulled into the downtown, the lobby. We'd come off the elevator at Saturday morning, about 5, 6 of us with our clubs on our shoulders, and there was Long Beach walking through the hotel lobby to play Saturday night. And they looked at us, they're like, are you guys kidding me? We're like, when do you guys leave? We're like, oh, we leave Monday. We're like, have a good weekend, you play Saturday, Sunday. We're like, we see you later. They were so mad at us because they knew we had 2 days of vacation.
The longest trip by far was Anchorage, where rabid fans packed and rocked the Sullivan Arena. The weather and the accommodations were unique.
I remember flying out Christmas Day out to Anchorage, and we used to always joke because the sun would just kind of come up and wink at you and disappear again, and then you're stuck in that Northern Lights Inn. Thank God that thing burnt down, but so that was the best news ever.
It was kind of gnarly, and you traveled on a bus from the airport, and there was this hotel lady that would pick you up, and it was just a lot of characters, an interesting place.
On the opposite end of the climate spectrum was San Diego, which featured a perennial hockey power and hockey's first, best, and SoCaliest of cheerleading units, the Gulls Girls.
Before games started, they'd be practicing their rehearsal right outside the locker room, so wasn't a lot of concentration going. I think that San Diego used that to their advantage.
Guys would stretch and tape their sticks, and all of a sudden there's the girls right there, and all the young guys run back in, hey, you guys gotta come out here. All the guys are like, yeah, we know, the girls are out there, so it's funny.
They always seem to be stretching and preparing right outside our room, so it's amazing how many guys have to retape their sticks in San Diego. I don't know what the problem is there.
The least successful franchise, which surprisingly didn't last long, was the Tucson Gila Monsters.
I'll never forget that rink. There was only 12 people in there, and I'm standing out there for the anthem at the start of the game, and it's dead quiet because the singer hasn't started yet. And my name is DUMAS, and if you pronounce it in a certain way, it comes out dumbass. And so as we're waiting for the anthem, the one person in the rink out of the 12 people yells out, hey, dumbass, you suck. So of course I get a ribbon from all the players and all that stuff. So,
bottom line, great hockey camaraderie in a league which provided wonderful opportunities to enjoy the game and life.
Without a doubt, one of the most entertaining players ever to play here in Boise, or in the league for that matter, former Maine All American Cal Ingraham, who's one of the greatest, shortest players ever.
Probably to this day, one of the most talented players I've ever played with. He had amazing hands around the net and was a really intelligent player, knew where to go, how to find the seams, and when he got the puck on his stick, it was in the net in a heartbeat, and he was just a tremendous player, and really too bad that he didn't get the opportunity at a higher level, because if you look at his career everywhere he's went, he scored and put up points, and if you put his talent and his heart in a 6-foot frame. You're looking at an NHL All-Star.
Watching Paul, I think it was his first year at the All-Star game, and they did an interview with Paul between periods or at the skills challenge or something, and this must be a great thrill for you, Paul, playing with all these great players. Who has the best hands? And Paul said Cal Ingraham, and they're like, who?
Kariya and Ingraham were line mates on Maine's national championship team in 1993. Kariya won the Hobie Baker Award as college hockey's best player before moving on to the NHL. He doesn't win it without Ingraham.
Here comes Ingraham across the line, off for Tardif, back for Ingraham, they score!
My memories of Cal Ingraham were the ability to get the puck underneath the crossbar in a hurry. And it was almost like money in the bank whenever he got that puck around the crease area. And he was definitely probably one of the smaller forwards to ever play at Maine or Hockey East or all of college hockey. But his determination and the way he competed more than made up for his size.
Can't get any better than when we won in '93, and the guys I got to play with, and Paul Kariya and Jimmy Montgomery and Matty Martin and all those guys, and the goalies we had. That team was incredible. I mean, to lose one game in the whole season, and it was definitely kind of, I hate to say it that way, but a little bit downhill after that.
The 5-foot 4.5-inch native of Georgetown, Massachusetts, headed to the ECHL after college. After 3 years in Tallahassee with the Tiger Sharks, he was recruited by former teammates out to Idaho of the WCHL.
He literally's got the best hands I've ever seen, and he's the smartest player I've ever seen. So some of the things he can do with the puck, people don't even imagine.
It was kind of a disbelief. I'm like, yeah, you don't really believe him till you see this guy play. And when I came to Boise and I first saw him, it was the same thing. It's like, he's going to get killed out there. I would say as far as raw talent, he is as good as any of them. It's just he didn't have the size or the speed, and I think those are the two things that held him back. But raw talent, I don't know if anyone can match what he can do on the ice, and it's just awesome to watch him.
Ingraham reached the 50-goal plateau in each of his first 3 seasons in Idaho, in a league that at the time was the most talented and toughest in AA hockey. In January of 1999, he scored a goal to help the league's all-star team beat the Canadian national team 6-4. His biggest trick came in a game against San Diego, the circuit's perennial powerhouse, when Ingraham tallied 3 goals in just over a minute. Center ice draw, Genet kicks it back to Shockey, still 4-on-4 for another 30 seconds. That one's when Savvy's penalty will end. Genet across the line, left corner, Ingraham in front, shoots, scores! Cal Ingraham, a hat trick! And the Steelheads have a 4-3 lead, and here come the Hats onto the ice.
Be able to be around those guys every day, it's priceless. I mean, you kind of get a little bit late jump on life, I guess, if you want to say it that way, but it's worth it. You meet a lot of good people, and it's just being able to get paid for a little while. Obviously it'd be nice to get paid on the higher scales, but even just to do what we do is a great time.
Cal always bugs me because he scored probably 25 goals on me in 2 years, but Cal's fun, and probably not as much for me because I knew him beforehand and played college with him, but just to see how well he did and how much he was appreciated, that was always fun.
A family man, father of 2, Cal has no regrets about his stature's impact on his hockey career. He absolutely got the very best out of what God gave him.
Everyone asks about it, everyone wonders about it, but you just got to play with your head, I guess, and I think I was fortunate to have some, hockey sense that helped me get by a little bit.
He's so talented, I wish he was bigger, because if he was, I think he'd be playing in the NHL. It's just too bad that he's only, 5'7", wink, wink.
Thank you very much to everyone here in Boise. We'll see you on the next episode of Hockey Odyssey. Hey, boys.